Welcome, Sojourners. This is Jonathan with Sojourners Awake. This short little episode is an example of how I close out every Dungeons & Dragons session. I use an example of Stars and Wishes that I got from the wonderful podcast Dungeons and Asians by Daniel Kwan. It's a wonderful D&D podcast. They do actual play, lots of historical Dungeons and Dragons settings, and based out of Ontario, Canada, I believe. And I'll post a link so you can check them out if you want to. But the method that I picked up from him and his crew is using Stars and Wishes at the end of every session. This has by far revolutionized my games because it provides an real-time feedback from the players to the game master on what was noticeable, what was enjoyed. And the way I always posit it is as, okay, we're going to start out with Stars and Wishes. You as an audience member, not necessarily as a player, but what did you as an audience member particularly enjoy about this session? Those are our stars. We all go around. It's a great time. And then we usually close it out with wishes, where we want the story to go. Wishes are incredibly powerful because I get an idea of what the players are expecting next session. Are they expecting to follow the MacGuffin? Are they expecting to confront the villain? Are they expecting some downtime? This really helps cut down on my preparation time as I'm trying to detect the thoughts of the players. I really don't have to. I can just refer to their wishes and prep from that point of view. In this example, it was a wonderful session, lots of intensity, lots of action, so I hope you enjoy this example of Stars. We really didn't go over the wishes. I kind of circumvented that because in the interest of time, and pretty much I know what the wish is. The wish is that we kind of left on a cliffhanger, so we're going to have to wrap up the rest of this quest next session. So I decided just to take the wish myself. But anyway, usually I do go around and I ask the players, what their particular wishes are. This also gives the chance for the players to discuss what they would like to accomplish as a party. When you start hearing other people talk about things, that gives you ideas of what to look for while you play Dungeons & Dragons. So, I hope you enjoy this session of Stars and Wishes. It was a real great session. And may your story continue. Companions, your sojourners, are gathering around. Moonglow, his leg is broken a little bit. He looks at him and says, now what? What is the plan?
How much do you weigh?
Heavy.
Excuse me? I'm going to summon Tensor's floating disc directly underneath him and just have it lift him up off the ground. So he's floating at a 3-foot elevation above the ground. And so there'll be no bumps, no concerns about any jolting or anything. And I'm just going to run in the direction of the beacon.
As you turn around, you place Moonglow on the beacon. This large, slithering, praying mantis with a beautiful woman's head. She pulls out 1, 2, 4, 6 arms with 6 long swords. And the Marilith stares at you and speaks in Abyssal and says, "Step away from the prisoner." And she proceeds to attack you. And so for now, our story concludes.
Nice job, hey.
Marilith Monroe. Marilith Manson, that's what it is.
Marilith Manson, yes. Wow. Great job, everybody. I've got so many stars.
Yeah.
Oh, but I don't want to talk. I don't want to take all the cake first. I'm going to let you guys go first. Rhett.
Oh, great.
Star moments for tonight.
So Feltrin and his whirlwind of lightning fury coming to save me the first time from certain death, only to have me fall into it again. But yeah, that I really loved the whirlwind coming down the mountainside to come to my rescue. Thank you again. Garandan, I mean, the picture of controlling the weather in Avernus is just incredible. I enjoyed that visual of seeing you there, like pulling clouds and sending things this way and that. It was well done. Bramble, you're a nut. With, I mean, just hiding with a 30 and hitting everything. I think you have one weakness, and that is that you're way too strong. That's I'm very glad you're on our side. Zarion, first of all, it's good to meet you, Donald.
Yeah,
To meet you too.
And I appreciated the Greyhawk reference. I have not heard of Greyhawks since high school back in the early 90s. And when that was one of the big settings. So thank you. But I mean, just you floating in a pit, throwing sarcasm back at Garandan. I appreciate it. You were the gravedigger in Macbeth today. Or I'm sorry, the janitor in Macbeth, telling us, relieving the tension of a very hard battle. So, thank you. And Jonathan, glad we didn't skip your turn. That line. But more important, Sergeant McCormack is, I think he is my favorite NPC of yours ever.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Ted, what about you? What are some stars for the night?
Oh man, I wrote down a bunch of quotes because there were so many good one-liners.
Thank you.
Let's see, Garandan, no time for rest now. I'm gonna need help with healing. Right? So dude's knocked out. Wake up so you can help me with the healing. You already referred to one of Zarian's quotes, sorry, Rhett. But the other one was, I don't know, mosquitoes sucking blood out of my chest. I don't know. And then Bramble, of course, dropped the saddle up, Sergeant. That was awesome. And what was the Jonathan, this is abysmal poison. Yeah, it doesn't count. It's abysmal poison.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
And then hey, what was the let me see here. Oh yeah, there was there's a cloud of feathers where hay once was. That was a pretty good one. And a broken bag of, oh gosh, what did you say? A broken bag of soup on the ground right now. He took like 200 points of damage there in rounds. I took 142 in one round.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, those were the points. The stars for me were all just the one-liners were awesome. And there were a bunch more, but those are the ones I wanted to share.
Oh, thank you, Ted. That was priceless. Donald, what about you? What are some star moments for the evening?
Oof. Well, for me is when Hay tried to climb, try to make his move. Bam! Stop! No, it ain't happening. They let it happen. They cut that short. And I like how Ted just bulldozes his way to rescue Hay from out of the bad situation. How, what I enjoyed is we had some pretty bad rolls today. Me for one, I had some horrible rolls, and I just like how when the situation gets very bad and very tense, and all of us try to like, okay, what are we doing now? We try something, it fails. I just like it when stuff goes wrong. It's excellent for tension. I like excellent when stuff go wrong. I just love it. Especially it makes for some very comedic moments. For me, at least.
I agree. I think this was the funniest session we've ever had. I don't think I've ever laughed that hard in a game. I mean, that was, I was like holding it, like when Donald's line, I was just like, oh, you tell me.
Another one for Donald I forgot to say was, well, I just drop him a little bit from here.
Yeah. I can't wait to just sorry about that, man. Just gotta drop you, wake him up a little bit.
Yeah, that worked out because I was like, wait, he's got to take damage or he's got to get holy water. I was like, okay, I'll just drop him. Boom. What about you? What about you, Brandon?
I liked right at the beginning, Zerion seeking information about the old gods from Felthrian. Just kind of a cool, a small thing, but a cool thing. In addition to all the funny stuff, too, of course.
Yes.
Garandan, so Bramble wasn't kidding. Garandan has a surprise every session.
I know.
And a whole bunch of them this time. We got an aspiring weatherman here, and he does it all.
Yeah, clerics, man, they aren't playing around with those spells. I've never seen that. So that's cool.
Hey, I love that Rhett, I love that when Hay saw the unicorn, it was like when I saw it, when Jonathan said, "Here it is," I was like, "Oh no, here goes Hay." Like anyone else could have seen it, that would have been fine.
I know.
But Hay's just gonna fall to pieces, and he did. No, but you're handling and working with the unicorn was really good. Felthrian, Felthrian consistently is powerful, but uses his power to protect his friends. Like it's one track, and I love it. It's perfect. Jonathan, I really like the mechanic of having the crit fails intensify the situation.
Yes.
I'll like it more in retrospect, but it's it's pretty cool.
Yes, I do too. What about you, Patrick?
I had a few. So for Ted and Felthrian, the twos, man, they get me on edge. I
got two or three more active twos today, and I got an inactive one. So it's gonna happen sometime.
Yeah, just to refresh everyone's memory, Felthrian has been corrupted with an accident. He had an accident during an attack, and it infected his mind with the spirit of Yenigu. And so the rule is on a 1, Felthrian is taken over. It just
hasn't happened yet, but it's coming.
And it just it's very tense because I'm thinking it's a dice roll, right? It's not my call. So
when I did the action surge, I thought, oh man, that means I'm rolling 6 times this round. Good and bad. We'll see.
And so trying not to meta and be like, okay, what happens if that happens? Like this is like it's constantly there. But it's good the way that you walk on that, and dude, just windmilling through the desert is just a great thing. Just and then the sergeant, the one line you need to write that down is, I've killed 7 of them so far.
I've done my part.
What have you done? You got the 1? Great. For Brandon and Bramble, the remembering the birthday and actually playing that in, because it came to me first, and I was teasing him and playing with him like a brother, but you were actually like, no, I got some ale, and that riff on that was great. And then getting the sergeant involved that was awesome. No one else could have done that. Like Garandan probably would have thought about it, and then charisma would have failed him. But very, very good. For Donald and Zerion, man, just jumping in and being real, it really brought a good perspective. And just about 4 months ago, I was sitting where you were, never played a game before. Kind of scared about hey, how do I do this? What do I roll? Blah blah blah. But you just jumping in and you're sharing, and it's really good to see. I want to kind of keep going with that. So I appreciate you jumping in at this spot too. It's
it's awesome. 17th level. Right. First time playing 17th level.
I was 8th level, and I was like, oh my goodness. You just getting in and asking questions. That's awesome, dude. Because we're here to help each other. So. And then for Hay, I had the moon glow, the disc, the flying, and just trying and just trying.
Yeah, it's more like scars and wishes, right?
Right. He's just I just got to get this done, and then it'll be over, and it just didn't happen.
I have a plan.
Everybody stop. I've got an idea. No.
Brilliant.
It was a great session.
It was. Yeah, I can't really add much to that. My star is that you guys remember that stuff. I love it that you take the time to write down just little notes, because Lord knows I don't even, I mean, my notes are just like going crazy right now, just trying to keep track of everything. And I just appreciate you guys keeping track of like little details like that. I'm going to say my star moment, though. I really appreciated. I like that conversation Professor Thaddeus and Bramble had. I love long walks personally, and so in D&D, when my character is going a long walk, I relish in that. It's casual. It feels very immersive to me, and it really sets the tone for the game. Where I'm like, okay, I'm here. I'm ready to go. I got my game face on. As far as wish, I'm going to kind of like circumvent that in the interest of time. Obviously, the wish is to finish the quest, because this was a doozy and you guys rolled with it. And I think we could not have ended on a better note for Hay to have sprung the trap of the warden. And this is a beast. I think Rhett knows what a Marylinth is. And Hay's the squishiest character.
As we've seen.
Yeah. So, I got an idea.
Yeah. Before the heal, two things. I was like, I can go to the burning beacon. And then you set the stage. You're like, 1, 2, 3 things need to be done. I was like, no, like, do the heal. Like, it was good.
Yeah, that was a good call, and I'm glad I mentioned that. I think Ted asked the best question. Like, hey, do we even know how to turn on the thing? I was like, yes, you need to ask that question. What you're getting yourself into. For now, you've cleared out the wave of demons. We'll see. You know, it depends on how many ones y'all roll. But next time, hopefully the story will continue as turning on the burning beacon and find out what happens and live to tell the tale about it. So, that was great, guys. That was so much fun.
That was a fun section.
That was so much fun. So I won't keep y'all. I'll let y'all go be with your families, and just thanks for hanging out this evening.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks
All right.
everyone.
Till next
later.
time.
Night.